It is halftime of Monday Night Football. It's Monday, November 4th. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's JWG. It's the channel on YouTube where a grown man opens baseball cards and talks about it. But tonight, football cards. We're going to do halftime of Monday Night Football, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't. Maybe you're here for the baseball, and the football is just white noise. Who knows? But for me, it's a fun way to pass some time. So we've got a couple of packs of 1991 Stadium Club. It's the football version of baseball cards, as I like to think about it. We've got some 1991 Upper Deck. Please excuse the glare. It's these harsh JWG studio lights. 91 Fleer Ultra. 1990 Score. Some 1990 Fleer. 92 Tops. 92 Upper Deck. Wow, so much football. And then if we need to kill some time, we've promised this on previous episodes, football. If you've been with me for previous episodes where we open major indoor soccer league trading cards, you know how ridiculous the collation is in these, the ordering of the players. As we've said before, 12 cards in each pack, 48 cards total. I'm going to guess that across the 4 packs, I get 8 cards where I get 4 of each. We will see. It's bad. Pacific Trading Cards was not good in 1987, 1988 at creating a quality product. Anyway, all right, before we lose too much more time to halftime, let's go ahead and do pack number 1 of 1991 Stadium Club. Thank you for being here, by the way. If you are subscribed to the channel, you are probably familiar with us opening old packs of baseball cards and talking about what's inside. During football games, especially Monday Night Football, we do football cards. Please do subscribe if you're the kind of person that likes watching or listening to a grown man open old sports cards. That's what this channel is all about. We're about the nostalgia, not looking about hits or submissions to PSA. We see PC, not PSA, here on the channel for cards like Richard Johnson. I think that's number 23. Is he sticking to somebody? Yes. These are thick cards, but they're not that thick. That's Ricky Reynolds, number 29. Kenny Davidson. I mean, I know that's got to be Kenny Davidson because I can tell that that's Billy Joe Tolliver. Our defender, yes. And look, cardception. That's where the card on the back is the card on the front. How do they do it? I don't know. But Kenny Davidson, quick example of cardception here on the Monday Night Football halftime break. There's Reggie White, the Minister of Defense. Excellent. Congratulations, Reggie. We'll put you aside. Gary Anderson. I've mentioned this before on the channel, but most of the players that I recognize from 1990 and 1991 I recognize from Tecmo Super Bowl, from the original NES. Gary Anderson, one of them. There's Mark Royals. Love that. Nice mustache, Mark. That's great. Mark Royals. There's Mike Golick from your Philadelphia Eagles. Don Makowski, pre-Brett Favre, under center. Excellent. Hobie Brenner, one of your New Orleans Saints. Love the landscape cards, even for football. Rodney Hampton, legendary running back. Rodney Hampton from the New York Football Giants, one of those Tecmo Super Bowl stars. And that's why I know the name. There's Heath Sherman. And we close the pack with Browns running back Kevin Mack. At least it's not Ernest Biner. If you know, you know. Light on the stats here. You'd think for a running back they would at least have statistics. I mean, they tell you he's got some of his yards, but they don't break it down. Like yards, carries, yards per carry, touchdowns, first downs. There are some stats to be had here. All right, we'll take a quick look at the back. We already know one player features cardception. That's where the tops rookie card on the back is the card as pictured on the front. There we have it, Kenny Davidson. Will there be another one here? Not seeing it in this pack. I'm going to try to find some 85 tops at a price I can digest because I think those cards are just beautiful. I understand that the black borders make them prohibitively expensive because of speculators trying to flip those cards for PSA 10s. My loss. I would love to open some on the channel, though. Here's Reggie White, by the way. Let's feature Reggie White. There you go. I do think it's interesting that Topps chooses to include the USFL cards as the player's potential rookie card, considering it's a completely different league. All right. I won't get too mad, I promise. Let's roll on. Let's do some 1991 Upper Deck, the Premier Edition. This does include the counterfeit proofing, randomly sequencing tamper-proof packs. This foil pack here for Upper Deck, tamper-proof. And the counterfeit proofing, we'll see in just a moment. The old hologram in the shape of a football for Upper Deck. Let me see if I can get that in focus. There we go. All right. What do we have here? The rest of Upper Deck. These are going to go every which way. Let's be patient. Eddie Brown. Irv Pankey. Irv Pankey. Ooh, a hologram card. I haven't seen this before. Game Breakers. Emmitt Smith. How cool is that? That's awesome. I haven't seen that before. I'm going to put that aside. Game Breaker, Emmitt Smith. How about that? That looks really cool. Big fan of that card. All right, we'll put that one aside. There is Bill Brooks. Nick Lowry, your single bar kicker. What a stud. Nice single bar, Nick. Dennis Bird with a mullet. Is that the infamous Dennis Bird? I think it might be. Like paralyzed on the field, Dennis Bird. I don't want to go there, but there's Mark Carrier, who was not a running back. Jim Harbaugh. How about that, Jimmy? All right. Andre Tippett at linebacker. Sean Jones. Great cards, these Upper Deck football cards. Big fan. I do wish, though, I mean, this guy's a running back, Bobby Humphrey. Wish he would have more stats. I mean, how hard is it to compile stats for a football player? Bobby Humphrey, team MVP for your Denver Broncos. There's an Eric Swan, star rookie. Sweet flat top, Eric. A checklist card. I'm going to put that aside. I don't have time to read it right now. There may be time later. I'm going to put it aside. And Greg Lewis, another star rookie card, this time still in his college uniform. I love the inclusion of college uniforms on pro football cards. Big fan of that. Greg Lewis. All right. Let's continue on. This will be a very familiar design. This is 1991 Fleer Ultra football cards. Boy, do they look a lot like 91 Fleer Ultra baseball. Pardon me for a minute while I get a drink. Hey, Chuck. No worries about being late. Tony Carpenter. Hello. Welcome to the show. Nice to see Chuck Finley. The Chuck Finley? And Tony Carpenter. Nice to see you guys. A little drink from a brewski here to wet my whistle, and let's do some 91 Fleer Ultra football cards. Like I said, these are going to look real familiar. They've got the same full bleed left to right photo. Top and bottom concealed by some silver ink, like baseball cards from Fleer Ultra of this year, 1991. There's Dexter Carter, Jerry Ball. That's Jerry Ball. Leroy Horde from your Cleveland Browns. Hart Lee Dykes. Willie Anderson, Carl Banks, Kyle Clifton, Gary Anderson, Mark Clayton, one of the Marks. There's Mark Clayton and Mark Duper were main targets of Dan Marino back in the day. Dwayne Bickett, Ken Harvey, Steve Broussard, Browning Nagel draft pick, the legend of Browning Nagel. And closing our pack of 1991 Flair Ultra, Leon Seals. He doesn't have a particular position. He's just defensive line. He could be anywhere from left to right on your defensive line. He's somewhere in the mix. Leon Seals. All right. Let's do some 1990 score. This is Series 2 NFL football. It comes in the tamper-proof plastic foil that Score was known for. I don't remember having opened this back in the day. Maybe these have the same kind of colorful borders that Score baseball did. Let's find out together, shall we? Oh, they do. I don't know why I was dubious. Tom Thayer, Anthony Carter, Frank Reich, Danny Copeland, Bruce Wilkerson, Mike Quick, Hall of Famer Bruce Buchanan. Okay. A record breaker there for Bo Jackson. We'll come back to that. All-Pro for Bruce Matthews. Andre Waters with the Philadelphia Eagles. Anthony Johnson, 1990 rookie card, wearing his Notre Dame Fighting Irish uniform. Another rookie card, Keith Sims as a USC Trojan. There's Bern Brostek. Bern Brostek, Washington Husky. Okay. Derek Thomas, excellent. Michael Carter and Randy Dixon. All right. I love Derek Thomas. Big Derek Thomas fan. And look, Score, they came up with some stats. He might not have had any interceptions. Who cares? But 10 sacks, 1 fumble recovery. Excellent. Fantastic. Derek Thomas. Love that card. Is that his rookie card? Might be. We're going to put that aside. And the Bo Jackson record breaker, which record did he break? Bo knows. The first NFL player in history ever to have 2 90-yard runs from scrimmage in a career. How about that? Bo Jackson. He's busy hitting 30 home runs and 100 RBI in Major League Baseball. And then he comes back and averages 5 yards a run in the NFL. Man, what could have been for Bo Jackson? All right, we're on to the second half of our show. We'll check our halftime timer. We're still deep into halftime. Let's do some 1990 Fleer, 15 cards here. Also in tamper-proof plastic. No wax paper for Fleer. They're not going in for that crap. Come on. Chris Dolman, Mark Duper. We talked about those marks, those targets for Dan Marino. Bob Golick, Eric Howard in a filthy uniform. Bubby Brister. And before he knew it, he was a big fan of AJR. Big fan of their music. Big fan. Pete Holohan. Mark Kelso. Tim Manoa. There's Christian Okoye. Excellent. Pierce Holt. Ernest Givens. Mark May. Boomer Esiason. Mark Jackson. A different Mark at wide receiver. This guy was playing for the Denver Broncos. And there's his counterpart, John Elway. All right, I'm going to focus on Christian Okoye. I grew up a Browns fan, elementary school. You'll forgive me if I don't give a lot of love to John Elway. All right, not his rookie card, but still, just a monster. Christian Okoye, as good in video games, arguably, as Bo Jackson. There you go. 1990 Fleer. Pretty good stuff. Let's go on to 92 Topps Series 1. There's a Topps Gold card in every pack. What lies in store for us? Let's find out. No wax paper, just like plasticky cellophane. Glad to have it. All right, hopefully we didn't give away our gold card here. Ricardo McDonald is our draft pick card right off the top. We have Rodney Holman. There's a Warren Moon card. Nice little print defect. Not happy about that. Anyway, Mike Babb, your center for your Cleveland Browns, is our gold card. There you go, Browns fans. Something to cheer for. Tony Page, James Thornton. There's Dwayne Bickett again. We've seen him before tonight. Eric Howard, Anthony Morgan. Again, for the second time tonight, Leroy Horde. Nice to see Leroy. Tim McKyer. Rich Miano. I don't know. Sorry, Rich. I don't know yet. Kent Hall. You can tell that that's Kent Hall because it says he plays for the Bills. And that guy does not play for the Bills. That's why you come to Junkwax Genius for that kind of expertise, exposés about how to understand sports cards. Brad Muster, running back for your Chicago Bears, and Alfred Anderson. All right, a couple more packs. Let's see how we're doing on time. We are into the third quarter. We'll do one more pack. Let's do this 91 Stadium Club. Will get you back to the game. Thanks for watching Junkwax Genius. It is the channel on YouTube where we open old sports cards. Usually it's baseball cards, but during Monday Night Football, we'll do some sports cards. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back next week, possibly pre-recorded, but who knows. And please do like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you might just enjoy it on a daily basis. We've got Hartley Dykes, second time we've seen him tonight. A very fast man, Willie Galt. Eric Turner went on to have a nice career with the Browns, if I'm not mistaken. That's the Eric Turner. Yep. Very nice. I think Eric Turner had a McDonald's sandwich named after him. I think in Greater Cleveland. Drew Hill, another one of those Tecmo Super Bowl superstars. The hack was you put Drew Hill in at running back, and he was unstoppable. Ron Hall, Rod Woodson, Daryl Talley, sweet sweater Daryl, Gary Zimmerman. Is he sticking to anybody? Nope. Jeff George. Okay. Anthony Munoz, featuring Pat Swilling's back end. Jimmy Jones. And again, Anthony Carter. We'll take a quick look at the backs for Cardception, and then we'll get you on your way back to Monday Night Football. Thank you for watching, by the way, Junkwax Genius. I do appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your evening to listen to a grown man open old football cards and talk about it. Here's Jeff George. Any Cardception in this pack? Another USFL rookie card. Nope, not this time around. All right, it's Junkwax Genius. It is the channel on YouTube where you will watch a grown man open old baseball cards and get nostalgic about it. Please do subscribe. Mostly baseball cards, like I said, but every now and then, some football. And every now and then, I remember one of the individual guys. Thanks for being with us. I've enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Junkwax Genius.